And we're live. Roll up, everybody. Gather, come and join. It is that time of the day again, and it is that man of this moment again. So come again, come spend some time. Let's hang out together for the next hour or so. You know the routine and you know the format. One man went to mow. The session is in session. Your presence is required. So gather, come and join me. One man went to mow. It is an open microphone session, as I often say in the introductory bit. The open microphone is the hyperlink that says StreamYard in the comment section. So if you click on that hyperlink, then you would come on the screen to interact with the talking points just as soon as I've delivered them. That is the formula. This is something that I have innovated into the space. That or your man again is in session. Your presence is required. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Water, only water. Water, only water. Where they see ma. Water, 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 water. Water, only water. Where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro keke keke elemu ye o. Oro keke.
Oro keke elemu. We'll get the remaining of that rendition in a moment. But Oro keke elemu, as guys, I bring you this. Jide Sowore, brother of Sahara Reporters publisher, shot dead by killer Herdsmen. So it's getting narrower and narrower to the circles of power as the Herdsmen continue to savage and ravage the Nigerian space. So still within that sad news for the Sowore family, you were assassinated by everything that is not right. Activist Sowore pens emotional tribute to younger brother killed by herdsmen. So Sowore laments at that space and the loss of his younger brother. The Nigerian government responds to the news. We will pressurize security agents to track killers. Kiyamo condemns killing of Sowore'S brothers. So we will hunt them down and nail them down. We have heard this response before. This was the same thing we heard when Pa Fashorante's daughter was killed, 2 years ago, and we still wait. Hopefully not that longer wait for the Sowore family. Tinubu'S health worsens after several surgeries as Representative Speaker Gbajabiamila joins political tourist to London. So that presidential ambition may well elude him just by circumstances of faith. And finally, Lai Mohammed, some people now use deep fake news to diminish government's success. So he's now coining a new term now for the space. So no longer fake news. Fake news is no longer sufficient a description for the Nigerian space. Deep fake news is what Lai Mohammed is now asking us to conjure with. Lai Mohammed, some people now use deep fake news to diminish government success. So the Sowore family certainly have seen what passes, what purports to be success within this particular draconian administration. So to all of that, but first the remaining half of the Kegai rendition. One man went to mow, the eagle has landed.
Ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Bobby Master kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Chief Faila ti kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùdé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùdódò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ gá àná ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o.
Gbé bọ́dì ẹ̀ gbé gbé.
Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o.
Ìrẹsílẹ̀ yàtọ̀.
Olúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé
Kẹ́lẹ́
o.
eréke.
Petrosodunke ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o.
Ẹgbà ó lè jò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ jò jò dáadáa.
Àkùkọ ọ̀run méjọ.
Òjìyà ojú òjì náà wọ́n ta káàdà èmi. Ayé ìlú.
Ikú kò ní rí wà gbéṣe o.
Àmì o.
And there we are. Ikú kò ní rí wa gbé ṣe ìgbàlà tí ele. He he he. So Ikú kò ní rí wa gbé ṣe, but sadly not so in the Sowore family. Jide Sowore, brother of Sahara Reporters publisher, shot dead by killer herdsmen. Suspected herdsmen have killed Olajide Sowore, the younger brother of Sahara Reporters publisher Omoyele, the activist said in a statement. Omoyele Sowore said his brother was killed by armed men suspected by witnesses to be herdsmen whilst traveling between Benin and Ondo on Saturday morning. He was almost 50 and studying pharmacy at Igbinedion University, Mr. Sowore said, decrying his brother's loss as a huge one for his family and friends. A spokesman of the police in Akure did not immediately return a request seeking comments from correspondents on Saturday. The development came as Southerners are pushing to restrict herdsmen activities across the region. On Thursday, Ondo became the latest state to adopt a law against open grazing when Governor Rotimi Akeredolu signed the state's anti-grazing bill into law. The state has witnessed repeated deadly attacks linked to herdsmen. In 2019, Funke Olakunrin, daughter of Afenifere leader Reuben Fashoranti, was killed by suspected herdsmen along the same route where Mr. Sowore was killed today. The police said they had made arrests in connection to Mrs. Olakunrin's death, but no suspect has been convicted till date. Mr. Sowore described his late brother as selfless and industrious, saying his demise would leave a void in the prominent Ondo family. You lived your life so that everyone could be all right, but now assassinated by everything that is not right, the publisher said. So there you are, a loss in the Sowore family. So Sowore now speaks directly to that space. You were assassinated by everything that is not right. Activist Sowore pens emotional tribute to younger brother killed by herdsmen. Human rights activist Omoyele Sowore has described his younger brother Felix Olajide Sowore as an out-of-the-box thinker who created his own genre of music. Sowore, in an emotional tribute to Olajide, who was killed by herdsmen in Okada area of Edo State on Saturday, added that his younger brother was assassinated by everything that was not right. Sahara reporters had reported that gunmen suspected to be herdsmen shot dead Felix Olajide at Okada area in the Ovaya Northeast local government area of Edo State. The incident, which occurred on Saturday morning, threw the family into mourning. The deceased was a student of pharmacy at the Igbinedion University before the unfortunate incident. The Okada divisional police officer confirmed that Felix was murdered in cold blood by bloodthirsty herdsmen. In a tribute, Sowore said, I have very sad news. My immediate younger brother, Olajide Sowore, was today shot and killed near Okada in Edo State by reportedly herdsmen/kidnappers on his way from Igbinedion University in Edo State, where he's studying pharmacy. They snuffed out the life yet another. They snuffed out the light. They snuffed out the life yet another real human being. Rest in power, Dr. Mamiye. This act in itself will not delay in their justice. I traveled widely with you and our father as a little kid. You were the most loved, robust kid I ever first knew. You, Mr. Magnet, had no enemy. You, Mr. Sunshine Foundation, who made everyone happy. You, the boy who sucked out of your older ones to party, who snuck, rather, I should say. You, Mr. Sunshine Foundation, made everybody happy. You, the boy who snuck out your older ones to parties, taking all the blames when our disciplinarian father found out. You, the guy who was an out of the box thinker, you, the guy who was an out of the box thinker, who decided school wasn't for you and created your own genre of music and then turned around to go to school when you were almost 50. You lived your life so that everyone could be all right, but now assassinated by everything that is not all right. Saddest day yet. So, emotional tribute by Sowore to his brother. It continues. Sahara reporters had in February reported how youth leaders in Edo State issued a 14-day ultimatum to Fulani herdsmen to vacate their communities, owing to the killings and violence perpetrated by suspected killer herdsmen. Around the same time, aggrieved women in Uromi, Edo, had protested the rising case of attacks, rituals, and kidnappings by suspected herdsmen. The women had blocked some major roads in the community, alleging they were constantly being harassed and intimidated by herdsmen. They had lamented that they had lost fortunes as a result of the destructive activities of cows belonging to herdsmen, noting that they were no longer safe. According to them, the solution to the problem is for the herdsmen to leave the area. So there you are. It never stops within the Nigerian space and it just continues to wear upon. But Malam Buhari, of course, insistent on creating Fulani colonies still within these regions. The government response: we will pressurize security agents to track killers. Kiyamo condemns killing of Sowore'S brother. The Minister of State Labor and Employment, Festus Kiyamo, has commiserated with the family of human rights activist Omoyele Sowore over the death of Olajide Felix Sowore, his younger brother, in Edo State. Kiyamo, in his condolence message, said it was sad that a young man would be cut down in his prime by criminal elements. He, however, said he and other compatriots will pressurize the law enforcement agents to track down the killers and bring them to justice. His tribute reads: I read with deep sadness the reports on the senseless killing of your younger brother, Mr. Jide Sowore, a student of pharmacy at Igbinedion University Okada in Edo State, this morning. It is quite sad and regrettable that such a young man would be cut down in his prime by criminal elements. Myself and other compatriots will be pressurizing the law enforcement agents to track down these killers without delay and bring them to justice. These and many others around the country must be checkmated with all arsenals at our disposal. I urge you to take heart and remain committed to helping the nation find a lasting solution to some of these numerous challenges. So that is Festus Keyamo. Let me see. This tails off into the narrative of what happened. But of course, we've already covered that. So that is the trilogy of the stories on the Sowore death. Condolences to the family, but this is a recurring decimal, even a daily occurrence, even severally in the hundredfolds, a daily occurrence within the Nigerian space. Just within that time space that Sowore's brother was killed, I can bet my bottom dollar that an additional 200 people would have been wiped out by the same group. Tinubu's health worsens after several surgeries as Reps Speaker Gbadabiamila joins political tourists to London. So Gbadabiamila visits, but Tinubu worsens. The health condition of the national leader of the All Progressive Congress APC and former Lagos State Governor Bola Tinubu is raising more concerns amongst his supporters as several surgeries he underwent seem to have badly affected his hand. Correspondents learned that Tinubu's condition is presently so critical such that the two hands shake violently and he has to lean on his guest to pose for pictures. Political supporters and godsons of the APC leader continue to troop to London, United Kingdom on a solidarity visit, the latest being the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbadabiamila. The two were pictured sitting while Tinubu tried to put away his walking stick, unlike when President Muhammadu Buhari visited mid last month. A close source to the APC leader told correspondents that Tinubu makes serious frantic efforts to stand as his hands and legs currently fail him. Tinubu is intensely Tinubu is in intense physiotherapy. The hands shake violently. The two hands are badly affected after several surgeries. You notice that when taking pictures, he leans on his guest or gets sandwiched to avoid the embarrassing conditions of his hands, he added. Correspondents had on August the 12th reported that President Muhammadu Buhari visited Tinubu in London after his Tinubu's second surgery. At the time, Tinubu had been seen with a walking stick during Buhari's visit, confirming correspondents' story that he underwent a knee surgery at the Johns Hopkins University Hospital in Maryland, United States. The APC chieftain, it had been learned, left the United States for the United Kingdom on crutches a few days after the surgery. Correspondents had also reported that sources close to Tinubu said he wanted the surgery in Paris, France, but changed his plans over rumors of his death. Correspondents had also on July the 31st reported that Tinubu, who has had several medical trips this year alone, had a surgery about 2 weeks earlier and could be billed for another one. The APC national leader has been off official and party functions in the country for a while amidst talks that he is being positioned for the 2023 presidency to succeed the incumbent repressive regime of President Buhari. Tinubu is hospitalized in Maryland, United States. His health is failing. He couldn't participate in the launching of his Arewa library and he couldn't participate in the local government area elections last week. He could not attend today's APC Congress due to health reasons. He had a surgery last week. An authoritative source had disclosed to correspondents at the time. Correspondents had, on August the 26th, reported that Governor Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State and his Ekiti counterpart, Kayode Fayemi, visited Tinubu in London. The two governors, amongst others, discussed The two governors, amongst other discussions, reportedly touched on political events in the country and the clamor for the Southwest presidency in 2023, as well as the cementing of the emergence of Tinubu. Aside Fayemi and Akeredolu, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Tinubu's godson, had first visited the APC national leader. In July, also, a former national legal advisor of the APC, Muiz Banire, visited the former governor of Lagos to express solidarity with him and to wish him quick recovery. So, almost categorical now that Tinubu's name would not be on any ballot tickets in 2023, because how can it? Even prior to this surgery, we were seeing clips of him fumbling and stumbling and speaking in incoherent tones. So he wasn't not get better. 2023 fast upon us. How is he even going to campaign? Never mind govern. So Tinubu, bye bye birdie. Bye bye birdie. As guys, I bring you this. Lai Mohammed. Some people now use deep fake news to diminish government success. So he now coins a new term, a spin on the infamous Donald Trump fake news. So deep now is the Nigerian version of Lai Mohammed. Some people now use deep fake news to diminish government's success. Speaking on Saturday during the 64th conference of the United Nations World Tourism Organization in Sal Island, Cape Verde, the minister, sorry, I think I took that from a paragraph earlier. Lai Mohammed, Minister of Information, has raised alarm over the use of deep fake news to diminish the successes of the federal government. Speaking on Saturday during the 64th conference of the United Nations World Tourism Organization in Sal Island, Cape Verde, the minister said fake news has become a weapon to attack the government and its officials. Mohammed gave instances of how some online publications allegedly circulated fake stories about government officials with the aim of discrediting them. As a matter of fact, Nigerians should note that we have graduated from ordinary fake news to deep fake news. The danger of deep fake news is that it is difficult to differentiate the fake news from the real news, the minister said. This is because the purveyors of deep fake news would take a story, be it a video or a photo, and make it look real. They will take videos of what is happening in other lands, doctor them, and freely circulate them as what is really happening in Nigeria. Ditto photos. Our news stories are even worse because they embellish fake news stories with quotes and videos and even quote government officials as if they were real. The deep fake news was fabricated just to take the shine away from the government's success in not only retaining positive GDP growth but surpassing all expectations, crawling from 0.11% 2 quarters ago to marginal 0.51% in the last quarter and then 5%. So I'm not quite sure if that's 0.5% that should say. Of course, they don't wish the government and Nigeria well, but needed something to deepen the enthusiasm to dampen. Well, of course, they don't wish the government and Nigeria well, but needed something to dampen the enthusiasm of government and make Nigerians sad. The minister reiterated the resolve of the federal government to regulate the social media, which he said has become a major tool for propagating fake news. So deep fake news now is certainly not fake news, the demise of our Sowore'S brother. Ajale Koko, I see you, what says you? Your party man. Sowore lost in his family. Sad news.
Yeah, that's a sad news.
Yes.
Sad news to hear that this morning. Um, Only God knows what the mother will be going through now.
Yes. No mother wants to hear that.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
that's
In fact, I think that is the number one prayers of every mother, at least in Yoruba land.
yeah.
Mm.
So I feel more for the mother because all the expectation of the mother or every mother
Mm.
is to see that
Outlive their children.
I
Oh
live
no,
there.
no, no, no! Their children outlive them rather.
I mean, the children outlive them
Yeah, yeah.
and see their children doing great things while they are alive, you know. But for this guy to be killed by this criminal herdsmen, tell us again that uh, everybody in that country are not safe. Anybody can be killed anytime. Anybody can be kidnapped anytime. Anything can just happen to anybody at any time. It is sad. The country has just this week been declared as the number one country with most disappeared people in the
Yes,
world.
I saw that. That was the United Nations, wasn't it?
Yeah, number one most disappeared people. So the insecurity is getting worse and worse every day. And this criminal administration that been defended by this Lai Mohammed um, is not doing anything, to arrest the situation. Um, I, for sure, is a bad day for him too, and for all of us that really admire him. To lose a brother in such a manner is very painful. So we'll be going through a serious pain and agony right now.
People
Uh,
are now starting to pay a real heavy price for what is going on in Nigeria now. Not saying that Sowore'S brother was especially targeted, but that nobody is spared in this going on. Remember, was it army or naval chief that was gunned down going to his farm in the north about 3 years ago?
oh yeah, oh yes,
Pa Fashionroti's daughter,
yes,
Olakunrin, gunned down 2 years ago.
yeah,
So Sowore's brother gunned down. They
yeah,
will come on the media space. They will huff and puff that we will hunt them down, we will track them down, we will capture them, we will gun them down. 2 years after, we're still waiting to see the suspects paraded for it's just it's not when it's real, we're in trouble, we're in trouble in that space.
yeah. We're in big trouble. Um, just like you said, some few months ago, an army general was killed in
Mm.
Kogi State, when he was traveling in Kogi State with his AD camp with him. He was killed, an army general. And Anoba Olufon Ofifon was killed too, sometimes last year. So that nobody is safe in that country. And the
And the
only,
solution to this, Ajanle Koko, is to build 300 and something Fulani colonies in 25 states. This is the solution that is being preferred by the government.
yeah, Yoruba has an adage that Anje Kurukoton, I think Bobo Esawo, meaning that when Instead of solving the problem, you are adding more to the problem. That is what exactly Buhari is doing. Instead of solving the problem, it's trying to create more problem by taking people's land to settle these criminal herdsmen in under the pretext that is looking for cattle colony for these people. So, but this criminal man, criminal president you have in Nigeria, have a ranch himself. He have a ranch where he have all these cattle. He doesn't allow his own cattle to be taken around and be roaming around the street and from one state to the other. Why can't he preach that to those herdsmen? So that means that he his agenda of fulanization is what he's pursuing. That is why he couldn't come out forcefully against these criminal herdsmen going everywhere. So it's nobody is safe in that country, and that is why we have had these people. They have lost it. They cannot handle the situation. Instead of calling for help, maybe from international body, instead of calling for help from the
But do
people.
they want the help? Because a lot of people are of the thought that this is part of a wider plan, and these deaths that we're seeing are just incidental to that wider plan. The wider plan is to change the demography of the southern regions to so I could using the Quara template, change the demography of all of these species and colonize it fully. So they're just going to power through with these Fulani colonies, irrespective of what is going on. If you are intimidated by the Fulanis, if they are killing you too much, then submit yourself to them. This is the message. So submit yourself, go on your knees. This is what they're saying.
Yeah, you are right.
Mm.
But people are not going to submit themselves to Fulani colony. People from other parts of the country, like all of us in the south, there's going to be resistance, constant resistance to this. We have seen what the Edo people did when they are trying to install or install what's the name of one kind
Sultan
Fulani
of Shua.
Sultan of Shua of Edo land. So the people, stood up against it. The government of the state did not allow that to happen, and that is what is going to happen all over the southern space. We have seen all our southern governor Akeredolu, and some others signing law against open grazing. And even in the north, we have seen in Kaduna State governor, the Kano State governor, even the governor of Katsina, they have signed a law against open grazing in their state, because that is the root of the problem of this criminality that is going on in Nigeria. That is the root of it. If we don't address that root, the source of the insecurity, if we don't address it, then we cannot solve the problem. So it's not unfortunate. I just wish Sowore and his family, God will continue to guide them. God will continue to keep them and protect them, and give them the fortitude to bear the loss. Sowore, particularly.
Ajale Koko, just to that space, Shore has penned an emotional tribute to his brother, charting their lives and, going down memory lane of how they grew up and how he was taking the blames as they scaled out of the window to go and party. Those rascally
Yes, yes,
behaviors.
yes, yeah.
Just, a music man, a man of science, a giver. He's just, I'm sure they have their sibling rivalries, but not to the point of the loss of a brother. So he, gets emotional, taking this loss against something that he has been speaking to. So this is a space. This is the alarm that has been raising within the Nigerian space, Sowore. But this thing that he has been warning us about has now come to
From-
immediately impact on his family. Sowore's emotional tribute, Ajande Koko.
Yeah. So I just pray to that God will continue to protect him. Where is the noise coming from?
I don't know. But
It's coming from somebody. Is it engineer or who?
I can't hear any noise. Maybe it's from maybe it's the tail in the background.
Oh, maybe tell it
Can, can,
somewhere.
can, can you hear it now?
No, no.
Okay, it will be the telly then in the background. Okay, carry on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just pray for Showore that God will continue to protect him because he's in the lead of this struggle against oppression by this administration, the killing of this administration of Nigerian, the oppression of this administration on Nigeria, the criminality of this administration against Nigerians. So he's in the lead of this struggle against this barbaric, you know, administration that we have in Nigeria. So we have to pray for this guy. They killed his brother. I wish they don't do anything to kill him. He is really fighting for us, and it looked like Nigerians as what we have, which I don't really understand the problem with us. We're supposed to stand by this guy. We're supposed to fight join him in this struggle, but we are not joining him. All we do is just to, criticize him and do. But we can see this, this the bad governance is killing us in that country. It's killing us and it's consuming us. And just like you said, when you are writing this report, that maybe over 200 Nigerians or maybe thousands of Nigerians are already been killed today that we didn't hear about. It's just because he is Sowore'S brother. That is why we had it in the news. But several family are going through this kind of agony of some of their family being killed or disappeared. So we are in a big mess. We are in a big mess in that country. The insecurity is if nothing is done, which I don't think this administration is ready to do anything. This is what is going to consume. Is going to consume that country. It's going to consume the entire north. We have seen what is happening in Zamfara. It will spread to the entire north. They cook, whatever you sow is what you are going to reap.
My sorry to cut Ajale Koko. The question here is we have people in the House of Senate. We have people, what are they there for? What is their purpose? What are they there for? Those are the kind of question people need to start asking. It's not to be going to that place, sit down and be making noise, and they end up paying them. What are they there for? Are they happy that the situation of the country is like this? They were elected. They were elected to make sure the country is good. But what are they there for? What is their contribution towards this atrocity going in Nigeria? What are they there for? That's the question that people need to start asking.
Let me attempt to answer that question. Or rather, engineer, let Festus Kiyamo answer that question for you. We will hunt them down, is the boastful response as the Festus Kiyamo speaks on behalf of the government in response to the death of Sowore'S brother. We will pressurize security agents to track down killers. Kiyamo condemns killing of Sowore'S brother, but then of course, how many times have we heard these words and how many times have we seen a result off the back of
for,
it.
for the past 6 years. For the past 6 years. Is that to come out and say we'll hunt them down?
Mm. They've been hunting
You
them
know,
down for God. How long have they been hunting them down? And
exactly.
how many have they
These people
hunted
are
down?
being paid. These people are being paid. They
Let,
go
let
to
me
the
say
office.
something.
Yeah, go on, Ajanle Koko.
Let me spill something. Let me say something. You see,
Mm.
engineer, we cannot blame the senators. Why I said we cannot blame the senators or the National Assembly's member is that they have done everything. They have given everything to Buhari to arrest the situation. It is Buhari that failed. They have passed bills upon bills. They have voted money, voted fund for procurement of arms and ammunition. They have done everything. They have criticized him. Some of them have shed tears in an open session in the House and in the Senate, crying that their villages and their district have been taken over by bandits and this thing. They cry louder against this administration to change this what do you call them? The chief of staff, or what do you call all these top Buratai and the rest, when they were failing for several years. They cried loud that Buhari should bring in new hands to lead the war against these people. This man with knucklehead did not do it. They voted money for him. But you know, because they are a majority in the parliament, APC is the majority in the Congress in Nigeria, they will not, you know, that party sentiment did not let them pass impeachment against him. But to be fair to those legislators, they have given Buhari everything. But Buhari, with his organization agenda, did not act, did not bring in the best people to do this job. But
Ajale
instead,
Koko,
yes.
I disagree. I disagree with
sorry
Ajale Koko
to cut you. Huh? My question is, if these people give him every resources, what is stopping them from going to strike? If they don't attend that office for complete 1 week, National Assembly office is shut down. Senate is
You
shut
have to
down.
understand. Sorry, Phil Collins, you're coming in a moment. You have to understand, engineer, that some elements, if not a significant amount of elements within that Senate that you're describing, they are sympathetic to what is going on, and we heard that from Commodore Kunle Olawumi when he told us categorically that some of the people behind these goings-ons are in the Senate and even in state houses in some of the states. So sympathizers to what is going on are almost certainly, and we know from somebody that should know, are in the Senate.
Yeah,
And
we know
Buhari
one
by
man,
his
but
action, engineer, you will chip in, give me one thing. And
okay.
Buhari by his action look like a sympathizer too. All his action show that he's a sympathizer. He's not taking a drastic action against these people. When we said that we don't want open grazing, all the 19 state governors in the south said we don't want open grazing, we want this thing. This guy insisted that there's going to be open grazing for them. I mean, and this herdsmen is the source of insecurity in that country. Why is he insisting to get land for them?
Adanle Koko, let me bring you this. This is from 2012, May 15, 2012. So, and this was in Kaduna. Kaduna, presidential candidate of the Congress for Progressive Change, CPC, in the 2011 election, General Muhammadu Buhari retired, yesterday identified three types of Boko Haram in the country. with the federal government topping the list, followed by those he described as criminals who steal and kill Nigerians in the name of religion, with the third group as the original one led by Mohammed Yusuf. Buhari spoke in Hausa whilst addressing members of the CPC from Niger State who paid him a courtesy visit in Kaduna. He also warned that 2015 will be bloody if the election was not transparent, just as he dismissed reports he would not contest the 2015 presidency. Buhari, who painted a gory picture of Nigeria as that of a hound and a monkey engaged in a battle for survival, said, God willing, by 2015, something will happen. They either conduct a free and fair election or they go a very disgraceful way. If what happened in 2011, alleged rigging, should again happen in 2015, by the grace of God, the dog and the baboon will be soaked in blood. He did not elaborate further. The dogs and the baboons will be soaked in blood. Ajanle Koko. The dogs and the baboons. Are they not
How can,
soaking in blood now?
how can a leader talk like that, especially that want to assume the most exalted position in the country? And you said that if you don't win election or if they rig you in the election, that blood is going to flow.
You know why I brought that? Sorry, Adale Koko. You know why I brought that? I have been trying to point in the direction that this
Yesterday,
guy,
in
yes,
the spot,
he had been preparing an insurgency in anticipation of him not winning the 2015 elections, and this, for me, is what we are seeing playing out. So he had prepared to wage against the Nigerian state if he doesn't win the 2015 election. He was wrong-footed by Goodluck Jonathan, who then gave him the presidency. But this insurgency that he has prepared, he cannot then disarm them, and this is what I suspect is playing out. The dogs and the baboons
and
soaking in blood.
in the blood. That is what we are going through now.
Mm.
Like I said earlier, there's no way you will plant okra and then harvest rice. It's not possible. It's not possible. Whatever you sow is what you are going to reap. But who is reaping it now? Common people, poor people in that country. They have been displaced in their villages and their town. Look at Otom yesterday. Said that whenever you even think about this thing, you cannot function.
Ajale Koko, I knew you would go there. You missed your opportunity yesterday, so you've come back today to
it is true.
Look at that.
It is true. When you don't have peace in your mind and when you don't have peace in your brain, your sex organ cannot work.
At least he has a conscience to come out and say his mind, innit?
I mean, that man really loved the love of his people in his heart. Look, in that state, they have 1.5 people in the space camp.
Million.
1.5 million people. Look, I mean, that's a huge. I mean, how can you sleep? How can you sleep as a governor?
Ajale Koko, I think Phil Collins wanted to chip in just earlier. So let's hear from Phil Collins, and then we'll have you round off your thought, and I'll take you to the next talking point. Phil Collins, you wanted to say something. Phil Collins. You have to unmute yourself to speak, Phil. Yeah, go on.
Okay. I said I'm against Ajay Goko's point, where he said the senators and the House of Rep members, it's not their fault. What are they there for? Is it not to represent their people? If there's something wrong going on, at least they should. If they don't have anything to do, they should boycott the National Assembly. That alone will send a strong message down, to the presidency. But they all love the money going into their pocket against the lives of their people they are there to represent. So that's the point. It's a pity what happened to Sowore'S brother and the family at large. They've lost someone. But at the same time, these are these are things that a lot of people go through in Nigeria. A lot of lives are being lost on a daily basis. And
At
no,
just 50, you know that 50 is the new 40 now when people live forever. 50 is no age in this day and age.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you. So when you look at it, it's really sad. And frankly speaking, nothing will be done.
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
Well, nothing was done in the past, so we don't have any expectation that anything will be done now.
Exactly. Nothing will be done. And it's in fact, if you ask an ordinary Nigerian that that really want a success or a progress of a nation like Nigeria, they will always say that yeah, they want Nigeria to work. Nigeria is a lovely place to be. Yes, all those things are yes, they are saying the truth. But the point there is that as it stands now, Nigerian cannot work, can never work. Nigeria can never work
All right.
because it's
Go on.
more than what is even we are trying to resolve as an issue. These guys are everywhere. It's really everywhere. Their intentions are known and they are not hiding it. So anybody coming out to say, "Oh no, that let's give peace a chance," there's nothing like peace. Giving peace a chance. Yeah, Nigeria cannot work, and these guys are not ready to make it work. So there's nothing there to hide. If going our separate ways is the solution, let's do it. If it's cutting the north from the south, let's cut them off. If it's telling them that okay, in between in the north, if the middle belt want to go with you people, let them decide. For the south, the whole south wants to go. So if the middle belt wants to join the south, they are free to do that because it pains me that in the north, these middle belt people are even the one going through hell. And when you look at sometimes I sit down and I look at the problem or things happening in the north, and when you go deep, because I've done that study, you find out that these people that are being killed are not even the strangers. The strangers are killing the indigenes of the state. That's what is going on in the north. But sometimes when you come to the south, they generalize it that you people are one, you can kill yourself. But it's not like that. That's the indigenes in the state.
All right. Thank you, Phil. Let Ajanle Koko round off his thoughts on
Okay.
that
Can I add
topic.
something? Okay.
And yeah, go on now, Ola.
Yeah. Yeah. In order to just question what Ajale Koko said about this National Assembly, see, if you are made someone to checkmate the executive and you try everything and the executive is not listening, it shouldn't stop there because if the executive will have all the luxury of refusing or going against what the people representatives are willing or are doing on behalf of the people, then the system is not functional. It's not functioning as it's supposed to function. Now, the question is this: should the National Assembly stop there? No, they shouldn't stop there. The problem I have with these people is this. Look, we've witnessed UPN, we've read what happened during the action group period. If these guys were to present anything and they didn't listen to them, what would they do? They would walk away. And during the First Republic, for example, the Prime Minister dare not listen to whatever the Parliament would say. The best bet the Prime Minister would do that time was just to lobby them to make sure that they tilt. Those guys would tilt towards his side. So this National Assembly, the problem we have with this National Assembly is this. Most of them are career politicians. Without politics, they are nothing. They cannot eat. They cannot service their responsibility, their obligations. So now, I was here suggesting the other time that if we people really know what we want, even if it has never happened somewhere else, we can be creative in our approach. Nothing stopped these National Assembly members from boycotting. There was a way that Bukola Saraki, for example, was able to lead the National Assembly that anything pro-Fulani in that time, they shut everything down. But this particular one we have there since 2019, anything pro-Fulani just say through without any resistance, everything going on. I once made a suggestion. Nothing stopped the state governors from shutting down their state if nobody is listening to them. For example, Why will Lagos be that you just want to overrun this thing? And these guys, they cannot just organize themselves and shut the economy down. If you shut the economy down on Buhari, for example, he can't use military to overrun the state. It's impossible. It's just showing that what we are facing now is a conspiracy of the political class. So, to me, National Assembly is as guilty as Buhari. They are even worse.
All right.
That's the only thing I will say. So, I don't want us to exonerate them.
All right. Thank you, Ola. So, Ajale Koko, round off your thoughts on that, and then I'll take you on to the next talking point.
Yes. I don't want you guys to get me wrong. I'm not totally exonerating National Assembly from this problem we have in Nigeria. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to allocation of funds to the federal government, to Buhari, federal government under Buhari, to buy arms, to equip the military, to pay them well, to do everything necessary to fight this criminal, they have done their own part. They have done their best. And, you know, to whom much is given, much is expected. They gave all the tools in terms of, you know, fund to Buhari to do everything. That is their own job. But for Buhari to carry out the job, he failed. That is my point. He failed. If I have to apportion blame now to both of them, I will apportion 20% to the National Assembly, 80% to Buhari. Why I'm going to blame the National Assembly that
I
if they are
disagree
really
with that,
represent-
Ajale Koko.
Hold on. Let him land that point. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Why I'm going to apportion 20% to them is that if they really love we the people in their heart, and if they're really representing us well there, haven't seen the way the killing all over the federation. They're supposed to impeach him. That's the only way I could just blame. But you know, they have given everything to Buhari. Buhari failed. He failed to act. He failed to put. Look at on the Buratai and others. This National Assembly pass motion. They pass everything that all these service chiefs should be removed, that they are failing. Buhari refused for several years. For God's sake, what do you want them to do? So that is the problem. It's Buhari that failed. He did put up the best military people in position, but rather following, taking up on this Fulani agenda, putting all Fulani in all the strategic position, military position in the country. They have to take out to appoint what do you call it, Inspector General of Police. Do you know how many people in the line that they took away? About 20. And many of them were Southerner, particularly Easterner. The one that was
the person that's meant to be the Inspector General of Police was I think a Deltan man.
A Delta man.
Yeah.
Look at that man with all the training and the skill and everything he got. He's wasted now. They just took him out because they want to put us after an idiot. Are you going to blame the National Assembly for that?
All right.
The same thing he did with the military chiefs too. He took out a lot of Southerner. He took them away.
I think engineer wants to take you up on a particular point. Engineer, you wanted to say,
engineer.
Yeah. Wow,
Engineer has gone. No, Ajale Koko, unfortunately, you suggested the solution. If they are not listening to them, let them make impeachment move. Nobody is raising that. Impeach the president. At least try it once. National Assembly.
Well, they tried it once. They tried it once, and we saw what happened.
Then if they are competent enough, they should be able to impeach. If they are not competent enough, let them get out of that place and leave it to Buhari, because without them in place, even with them in place, nothing is going on. So what's their purpose there? Let them get out.
All right, thank you.
One man.
Yeah, go on.
How many National Assembly do we have in that seat? There are more than 20, if I'm not mistaken, or 30, right?
This man
is
Nigeria. You are not in Nigeria.
Huh?
Okay. That's something, man.
Listen,
Well, the
if
Senate has 109.
Now wait.
The Senate have
here
109
we go.
members.
Here we
The
go.
Senate has 109 members. And the House of Rep, maybe those one are 400, so I can't remember. I don't know.
Okay, Ajale Koko, let me be honest with you. If these people are being affected, if any of their family member, let's say 200, their family member is affected by Boko Haram today, I bet you they will be the first to kick Buhari out. They will be the first to attack him.
Well, but will they though? We have seen, engineer, we have seen people in the higher ups attacked by these elements, and people just sympathize and move on because the
One man,
allure and the
this is
luster
what
of the
I'm
money and
saying.
power.
If these people, Boko Haram, attack 200 members of House of Rep or Senate, I'm telling you, these people will fight Buhari. They will come out for him.
Engineer,
Because
the number
nothing is happening
200
to
is
their
too
family
much.
member.
Just
They
attack
are well
50.
secure.
50 is
They
enough.
are well okay. This is just the problem. They are being paid for doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. So what are they there for? That is the question we Nigerians need to start asking them. What are they there for? Things are going on. Is it a crime for them to go on strike?
Engineer, do you remember this name, Alex Bade? Alex Bade.
Former Air Force,
Yes,
Air
he
Force
was
man,
former Nigeria's former army chief. Has been killed by gunmen who attacked his vehicle whilst he was returning from his farm on Tuesday. Army officials confirmed. So this was in 2018. So the point I am making is, they suffered this attack too, but the allure of the position and the luster, the money, the power, they
Yeah,
are willing to
one man,
sacrifice everything for that.
I understood you very well. You said he's
Mm.
former, right? He's former.
Mm.
When he was
Former
in
army
power,
chief. Yes.
when he was in power, what did he do? If he's in power, if that kind of thing come close to him, they will strike those people back straight away.
That's it.
So those are the things we should be looking at. He is now retired.
And Governor Tom was attacked. Governor Zolom was attacked.
Yeah, Governor Zolom was attacked. Yeah, but when they were attacked, what happened then? I think they retaliate straight away. There was retaliation. This is what I'm saying.
What improvement came as a consequence of that? Nothing improved. Things got worse.
Yeah, but if they go on strike, one man, these people, if they leave their office for 1 week, 2 weeks, they didn't go to that office, what do you think Buhari will do?
Yeah, they won't do that. They will just send dollars to them. And
here we go. So they are the problem of Nigeria. People are dying every single day by day. Look at the masses. They are the poor people suffering. They are the ones dying.
Engineer, let me say something.
Yeah, go on.
There is something we are mistaking here. We're all sounding like an average Southerner.
Right.
Average Southerner, we always say, "Oh, if this thing happened to me, I will do this to correct it. I will do this." They don't look at. These people don't look at all these things you're saying. They don't look at it. If you go to the north, where these things are happening, even the Buhari son we're even staying. If something happened to him, if they go to his house to even kill him, nothing, it doesn't stop it. Buhari would never come out to even stop the violence going on. The reason is that...
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying earlier. Sorry to interrupt you, Phil. That all these killings, they're just incidental to a greater plan. So that greater plan, they will pursue it.
Exactly.
Come hell or high water.
Exactly. The agenda is what they're after. They are not after who dies or who doesn't die.
No, they don't care.
They don't care. Even if it's Buhari's son today that dies or whatever, they shoot him, Buhari will always look at the agenda first before even the son's life. That's how these people reason. They are not like you and I.
They're just minor casualty towards an end, that they want to achieve.
Yes. Shall I tell you something about that culture that may shock you, Phil Collins?
Right.
In that culture, in the olden days of that culture, when they were warring nomads, and warring tribes, what they would do is they would kidnap the son of somebody and hold him hostage. So that person would then take one of his sons, take him into the desert in open glare where the enemies can see, and then he will bury that son in the sand almost with the head coming up, and then he will slice the head of his son to then signal to his opposition that taking my son is not something that you can use to wear upon me. These people, they are savages. This is the thing. Savages.
That's the point. That's the point. So when you look, that's why when they come with violence, you have no option that to give them back in violence.
This is the thing. It's a win or be conquered.
Yeah,
Conquer or
but
be
this,
conquered is the
sorry to
situation.
cut one man. Fulani men, they don't believe in their language is violent. See,
This is
when you
what I'm
give
saying.
violence back to Fulani, they will respect you. They will definitely respect you. I grow in the midst of them. I know who they are. They are people that if they come, they don't believe in a peace, or they will come and strike you. If you double strike them, they will back off straight away. So what is happening? It's completely unfair. If I look at
We
how
are
this thing is going,
sleepwalking into a disaster in that
it's
country. We are
eating me.
sleepwalking
One
into a
man, it's
disaster.
eating everybody. Enough
One
is
man,
enough now.
one man, it will definitely come. It will definitely. The only
What will
thing,
come? What will come?
the violence will definitely come. The reason is
From whom?
from these guys, these Fulani guys. It will
No,
definitely.
what do you mean it will come? It's here already.
It's here
No,
already. See, the
Yeah.
question now is, sorry to cut you. The question now is, look, if somebody steal phone, you will see crowd of people who gang up and put tire and burn that person. Full animal will come and scatter your land, will kill you, and you won't take action like that.
They've dominated us mentally because what you just said, engineer, they will come and savage a village, but you would not want to clash back because
Exactly.
you are in fear of their reprisal. We live in fear of these people. This is the thing. We live in fear, and we can admit it or not, but we actually do live in fear of these people.
one
Somebody
man.
will steal phone, will steal just ordinary phone. You will see the multiple of crowd. People will gang up and put tire. You will see some will bring sticks, some will bring kerosene,
I
everything,
agree with you.
and burn that person to hell.
All right, thank you, engineer. Thank you, Phil Collins, as well. Let Ajale Koko round off his thoughts on this particular topic so I can move him on to another topic. Ajale Koko, to you.
Okay. I just want to wish Sowore'S and his family and friends the fortitude to bear the loss of his brother and their mother. God will be with that woman, because that woman have been through a lot. When Sowore'S was kept in DSS detention, this mother came all the way from Ondo State, accompanied with many women from their village to Abuja to protest for his son. I saw that the day I watched that. I almost shed tears because I put myself in a situation, where I've been kept in a prison, and my mother will be on the street demonstrating for me, or getting people along to come and beg for my release. That woman has been through a lot, and his child is fighting for all of us. It's just unfortunate. My heart bleeds when Nigerians don't stand up with this guy to fight this struggle, and it's consuming us. It's destroying us. It's wiping us away. I just feel sad for our generation that we are not helping ourselves. God will be with Sowore. God will keep him. God will protect him, and God will, give all the blessing to him and his family, particularly his mother as well. God will give them the fortitude to bear the loss.
All right. Thank you, Ajale Koko. And I share in those words of condolences to the Sowore family. It's just a needless waste. So, Ajale Koko, his hands shake violently. He's unsteady on his feet. He's slurred in speech. The next president of Nigeria, Tinubu's health worsens after several surgery as our House of Reps Speaker Biamila joins that revolving door of visits to London. Should we now just knock on the head once and for all now? Any talks of Tinubu presidency in 2023? Ajanle Koko.
There's so many reports, a lot of story flying around in the social media about this guy. We don't really know the state of his health. We know that.
No, I think we do somewhat because we've
Yeah,
seen
we
him
know.
fall down
Yeah,
here.
we know.
You remember that clip now when he was falling over?
Yeah, yes.
Hmm.
You know that, he's battling a health problem right now, or some health problem right now. But coming out with this report, his hand is trembling, is shaking, and they cannot really stand up. We saw him standing up, although with a stick, holding a stick with the president. They took picture. And this week, I saw him with who is that?
No, sorry, that was me. Carry on.
Okay, we saw another picture came out earlier in the week with former governor of Ogun State. They're standing up together. They took picture when the governor visited him in London. So we have to wait and see. It's a matter of time. If his health deteriorate more than what we have had, it cannot be hidden. We all know. But all I can say is that his political ambition is threatening already by this health problem that is going through. I won't. I hope that he will act.
Do you think it's the last guard for the Yoruba people, Tinubu?
No,
Because
man.
can you see anybody else with the strength and potency in the Yoruba space in here?
Oh yes, there are many of them there that.
As strong as him.
Yes. Even is right now, his political power in Yoruba land has diminished drastically since Buhari came in and started, pursuing his Fulanization and agenda, and he couldn't speak. He couldn't say anything against him. A lot of people are very bitter against Tinubu for not speaking up, to protect the position of Yoruba. We have seen that most of Yoruba people that were appointed in Buhari's cabinet when they came into government, most of them have been taken out. Tinubu didn't say anything against that. We have seen how Baba Fasoroti daughter was killed instead of him. Everybody was accusing the Fulani.
Koko, this is an example of what we're talking about. Watch this. Okay, can you see?
Yeah.
So he has been battling this thing for a while now. That's the thing.
Yeah. So when Baba Fasoreti daughter was killed, instead of blaming the Fulani herdsmen as as was reported that they were the one that killed that daughter of Baba Fatoroti. He didn't say anything against the Fulani herdsmen. He didn't speak when they were killed in Ikogon. He was still here. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. So a lot of in Yoruba
But
land is
his
political.
presidential ambitions, are we knocking that on the head now?
What do you say?
I said his presidential ambitions, are we knocking that on the head now?
His presidential ambitions in jeopardy. That cannot, he cannot achieve it.
No.
He can't achieve it. He cannot. His health. You see, what we went through with Buhari because of with his health problem, we don't want to go through such thing again in that country. So his health problem is a big problem for him in achieving his in pursuing his presidential ambition. We have a lot of people in Yoruba land that can do it. That we have a lot of technocrats, and we have.
But do we have do we, because like him or dislike him, Tinubu is a very talented man, is a very powerful man, and a very determined man. Do
Yeah.
we have somebody at his level in Yoruba land, somebody just with that punch and verve and potency? Do we have that?
We have it.
Because
have
a lot of them, they look like just administrators to me, just office men,
We have them. Right now in
Name
Nigeria.
Name somebody that is at Tinubu's level in Yoruba land.
Look, if we want to still stand by this politician we have in place now, that means we want to still stand with our problem. We don't want to solve our problem. We don't want to go by any one of these people. They have destroyed us. They have destroyed our country. They have done the worst. They are not fit. They are not fit for such exalted office in that country. No politician in the West that is qualified, that is known, that is qualified for that position. By me, I'm describing them because of the way they failed the country. So let's go for something new. Let's go for something new. Technocrat or somebody that we see in the struggle.
No, we can't. Ajale Koko, we can't have a technocrat, a governance in Nigeria because that never works. The only person that can rule Nigeria is a strong man. We had somebody that was almost like a semi technocrat in Goodluck Jonathan, and we saw how they were just slapping him around. What you need is an Obasanjo type, a Buhari type, a strong man. It's a strong man that can run Nigeria, and Tinubu is a strong man, and there are no strong men in leadership in Yoruba land to that level outside of him. I can't identify.
Look, we don't really need, like, I still maintain my position. We don't need all these politicians, whether they have that political clout or not. We don't need them. They have failed us. We need something new. We need to come out with new idea. We need to push new faces out.
Will be able to tame Boko Haram and Nnamdi Kanu and people like this? You think they have the power? Some English speaker. You want an English speaker?
Can I say something?
Well, hold on, Ola. You think an English speaker will be able to tame this environment?
Look, let me tell you something, one man. We don't have the right people in the right position in that country, and that is what is keeping us behind. You don't have the best brain handling sensitive position in that country, particularly in the military. If you put the right people in strategic position in that, by merit, people that merit it, they will perform. Not people that put there to justify political aspiration or political goal of some part of the country.
We don't. That is what is killing us. That is what is killing us.
All
So
right, thank you.
technocrat, or somebody like Sowore, who has been in the struggle, in the forefront of this fight against these people. I can tell you today, if Sowore assumed the position of president today, he will put the right people in all the strategic position in this country, people that will move the mountain.
All right.
People that will move the mountain. We need a person like that. People that is fighting for the right of the people. That is who we want. We don't want all these people that has ravaged this country, that have destroyed this country, that have taken the country down. We don't need them again. We need to do away with them. That is the only thing we could do.
Ajanle Koko, let Ola come in. He wanted to chime in with an opinion. Ola.
Hi. Yeah, you see, if you put technocrat there, there are different categories of technocrats. Some people want to make name and they don't give a damn whatever happens. See, in the past, we've seen the late Professor Dora Akunyele, that all those drug lords, they threaten his life, they threaten the family, but she never shifted. Then we've seen Okonjo Iweala, when he was threatened, when his father was kidnapped, everything. This woman didn't change her policy. That's as minister. Imagine if those people happen to be president of the country with all the with all the state instrument within their reach. If they could be stubborn like that, just as minister or as an agent of the government, know what's going to happen. So what I'm saying in this essence is this: if you have the likes of Okonjo Iweala there, honestly, they will shift the dynamics. That's what I believe. Even though I know the type of policy we have in Nigeria, try to restrict so many things, the same policy that we made the like of Babatunde Fashola, an ordinary person, because that's another person that you put in power. If he is in control of the state instrument, it will damn anybody. But what we've been doing in Nigeria today is that all these politicians, they know those people who will dance to their tunes, because already they must have named their price even before they even push you there. They must have even take some advance from what they want to collect. So I believe truly that we need technocrats to get there and put the right policies in place.
All right.
If we have the right policy in place, one man can become the president of Nigeria. Ajali can rule Nigeria successfully because we have all the controls there, the institution that will make everything work. But as it is, very difficult, man.
All right, thank you, Ola. Ajanle Koko, round off your thoughts on that, and then I'll take you to the last talking point. Ajanle Koko.
So we need new set of leadership to give us a new sense of direction. The direction these people have taken us is a failed direction. We don't need them. We need a new set of leadership that can make the institution, governmental institution, works. We don't need strong man to head Nigeria, but we need an institution to work the way they're supposed to work, where DSS will not be working for the president, but for the country, for the people of Nigeria, where you will see the Attorney General, we work for Nigeria, we defend the Constitution, we go by the Constitution, and not defending the position of the president, where the INEC will be an independent body, and not that the president is the person that we appoint the headship of the INEC and that we fund the INEC. We don't want that. We want the judiciary to work efficiently, to be independent from all this control of the executive arms of government. We need the institution to work. That is the only thing that can make Nigeria work. But if you're looking for strong men, a strong man with corrupt politicians all over the country, then you will still surrender your sovereignty to these people.
All right, thank you, Ajale Koko. Strong institutions, not strong men. So strong institutions, not strong men. Let me take you to Lai Mohammed now. He has he has rather come up with a new phrase for us to conjure with. Some people now use deep fake news to diminish government's success. So this is Lai Mohammed, ever the wordsmith and ever the spin doctor. So he is spinning the space as usual, as we have now come to expect of his currency. So deep fake news, he's now coined this term now for us to conjure with. And it goes on to describe that deep fake news as people picking elements of news, uh, running it through some sort of like some sort of software to then tell a narrative that does not concur with that piece of news. So he cites examples of, we see all these clips of some Fulani looking types in forest, uh, just with heavy weaponry around them, opening crates of bullets and bombs, etc. We've all seen all these clips. So he's speaking to that space. And with these clips now, you see in the eastern quarters, they will tell you that this was in Agbaji Forest, in Ukurukuru local government. And those clips might well be from Sudan or wherever. So this is what it's saying. People taking elements within the media space and remastering it to tell a narrative that is not essentially true. Deep fake news, Lai Mohammed. What says you, Ajanle Koko?
Well, Lai Mohammed is known as a liar, number one liar of that country. It's just unfortunate that he's writing his name in the black book of the black book, the history of that country. It's an old man that lie every day. So, but I see some of this response from these people, some of their comments and defense for that failing country, him and Garuba Shehu. They're just fooling themselves and they're fooling this criminal administration, because everything every information is there in the public space. Everybody around the world know what is going on in Nigeria. It's just like I said earlier, Nigeria is being regarded as the number one country with most disappeared people. Number third most terrorized country.
So the real news is even more grim than the fake news. You don't even need fake news in Nigeria to be alarmed. Even we're just going through Sowore'S brother now.
Yeah.
That's not fake news.
That's not fake news.
You don't need fake news in Nigeria. What is happening is grim enough.
So this Baba coming up and be defending the destroying Nigerian name. They are the one destroying Nigerian name. This administration, they're serving in. Them and their criminal man called Buhari, they are the one that are destroying the name of the nation. It's the other way around, the way he's saying it. They are the one. So
all right.
They should just check themselves and do the right thing to help the name of that country, to redeem the name of that country, not to destroy it more. So saying this to the whole world the world will just look. These people are barbaric. They are bastard. They just look. What kind of leadership are these? It's unfortunate that we have this kind of men.
Yeah, hold on, engineer. Thank you, Anjale Koko. Just for reasons of time, let me move on to another contributor. I'll move on to you in a moment, engineer. But before I move on, let me acknowledge one of Anjale Koko's fans just reaching out to him in the chat section. So one of your fans, Anjale Koko, and this is what he has to say. Kelly Akan, and he says this: Anjale Koko, remain blessed, and you will live long more. Ajale Koko, remain blessed and you will live long. More wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Well spoken, dear, and dear, carry go. If you were a woman, I would love you so much. So, marriage proposal from
I
don't know which way you will sway, but
I literally wanted to say something about that.
Same gender. Go on, engineer. They want to
I
marry
literally wanted to say something about that. I wanted to say, Ajale Koko, you are very important to us, be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Okay, engineer.
Yeah. Marriage proposal. Ajale Koko is a man, no, and he's a full-blood Yoruba man. So
Next
yes,
time, come out in woman figure.
this is it. Yeah, they want to turn you into Yemi Oshibajo. Eh? Thank you for that, Anjale Koko. Stay with us. Let me go on to you now, engineer. So the talking points, this sad news now about Sowore'S family. It's sad, but not surprising because, of course, time and time again we hear this news. Parfashionati, Alex Bade, Sowore, and on it goes. The list. Engineer, what says you?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good morning from another side. Well, I'm really deeply sorry for what happened to Sowore's brother, and I just pray that God console his family, his mother, and the rest of his nephew, because this is something that Nigeria will see is happening every single day by day, and it's unfortunate that it happens to be Sowore's family member this time around. You see, things like this is like it's wake up call, but another thing that we need to realize is something that has to make every Nigerians to wake up and stop sleeping, because this is a wake up slap to everybody. The amount of people dying every single day by day in Nigeria is becoming something else that one has to be very
Engineer,
careful.
sorry to interrupt you. I just had a thought. Are they going to lift the restrictions on Sowore now to travel for his brother, or are they going to still tie him to the desk in
This is
Abuja?
this. I'm 100% sure they will release him to go and bury his brother, and they won't stop him. It's just maybe if he's going there, they will send a lot of DSS
Yes,
to
yes.
monitor his movement. In case of anything, then they will still nab him from there.
Hmm.
So those are the kind of things they will do in order to at least give him that little space for him to breathe. To be honest, one man, the level of how the killing is coming to in Nigerian today is completely unacceptable. And why is this so? Because this is, I was saying something regarding the Senate today, because we have these people, they're all in power, and I'm 100% sure they are all in power. None of this thing is happening to their family or their family members. Nothing. They dare to be signing documents, signing money, signing that, and they're being paid. So what else do you think they want to do? Nothing. That's to tell you how lawless the Senate are, and incompetent. Because if they are not ready, if they can't do nothing to protect, to say about what is happening in the country now, I think it's high time they should leave the seat. And also, if I see opportunity to write to Boko Haram a letter, I will definitely do it, because I
No,
will
you can
plead.
do it here. They call it an open letter. So your open letter to Boko Haram, what will be the content, engineer?
Yeah, the content is I will plead with them, please and please. We have lots of people, they don't have work in that country, and you're killing their family members. I will plead with them to go after the Senate, the
Oh
House of
God.
Rep,
Oh
and the
God.
other people. No, one man.
Engineer, take it easy
No,
now.
but that's
Take
one
it
man. Look,
easy.
look, look, one man.
Yes.
We are in diaspora. Look, imagine I went to work. I do 15 hours stretch
Hmm.
just to help people back home. Not only my family. I have friends. I have graduates. They are suffering. You understand? When it comes to weekend, I do 15 hours every day on a stretch just to help people. You understand? So look, a lot of people that have brain to work in that country, they don't have opportunity to be in that seat. But the low life people, they are there. What are they doing? What are they contributing to Nigeria economy? Nothing. They are there. They put them in that power. They put them in that seat. What they do, they sit down in that House of Rep. Senate, they'll just be shouting, yeah, 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 yeah.
You know,
Nigeria
some of
is
them are
winning.
asleep. But I've not yet watched the session in that assembly when at
And
least
you need to
five
watch it.
to ten
One
people
man,
they are
if you
not
watch it,
asleep.
I'm telling
They are
you,
always asleep.
they are sleeping, yes.
Hmm.
And if you watch it, if there's something that for them to say, you see them, look at the way they speak. You'll be like wondering, are these people Nigerian leaders? It's very sad. These people, they are the most dangerous human being on earth that someone can encounter and call them leaders in that country, call Nigeria. People are dying. There's no work, there's no job, nothing. There's strike, university strike. Imagine how old will somebody, imagine you going to university hoping you will do your 4 or 5 years to finish. You end up spending
It's
8,
almost
10 years.
impossible to just, if you pass all your exams,
Ah,
you still not spend your 4 years. If you are lucky, you spend 5 years in a Nigerian university.
why are you saying
Your
5 years? You're talking about
first
7,
semester
8
they'll
years.
close down ASU strike.
Ah,
Second year they'll close down student strike. Third year they'll close down workers strike, and on and on it goes.
and we have people in Senate. What are they doing contributing to the economy? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They will come out and say, oh, Boko Haram attack our village. Have they attacked any of your family member? No. Capital, no. I'm telling you, till today, till tomorrow, if Boko Haram should attack 200 Senate workers or House of Rep, these people will bounce back.
No,
Nigeria
no,
will
no,
be straight.
engineer, we're not advocating for that. We are
No,
advocating that they
no, I
shouldn't
know
attack
one man.
anybody.
Nobody's
Eh?
advocating for that. But look,
Eh?
one man, look at how people are dying every single day by day
No,
because their family member, they're
it's
not
heart
opportune to
wrenching,
be in
isn't
that
it?
seat.
Yeah.
Huh? Their family member, they're not opportune to be in that seat.
Well,
Boko Haram, they go after villages. Why can't they go after those elites? That's question we need to start asking.
all right. Well, engineer Festus Keyamo talks tough. We will hunt them down. He threatens. We will hunt them till the end of the earth. But then, of course, we've heard these words before. So, what are you
If
making of Festus Keyamo's response to the
if
Sowore'S
his
tragedy that they will hunt down the killers?
if his uncle Lai Mohammed will say something, why wouldn't he copy Lai Mohammed and say the same thing? There's nothing to hide about these people again. Whatever he's saying is out of ignorance. He will just come out and say it because we free world, democracy, you free to speak. So these are the things. Whatever he's just saying out of his own foolishness. These are just caricature talk. You will want to go to Sambisa Forest and say that kind of word now. You will see what will happen to you. Rather, you come out and be giving false hope. Oh, we hunt you down. For the past 6 years in that country, what has these people done to Nigerians? Nothing. Nothing. Rather, they are taking loans, borrowing money. There's nothing. Today, no light, no road. If you go to federal government road in Nigeria, the funniest one is Benin Ore Road. All the sign, all the kilometer that is there, it has expired. Water have washed that, dust, everything. You can't even see a complete signboard to tell you that this road went to Sapele or this road divert to so place. Everything is disappeared. And these people they are still paying them.
We know how they build roads in Nigeria now. Did you not see that clip in OVA's local government area?
Exactly.
That is how they build roads in Nigeria. They just
So,
paint black paint on the sand and tell you that this is the road. As soon
it's
as
only
the
in
wind
Nigeria you see a medical doctor doing engineering work. You see engineer doing a medical doctor work. You'll be wondering what is happening. Go to Nigerian banks today. Somebody will tell you he studied physics. You see him counting money. So what is happening? Does that mean the country now, what you study is not what you get? It's really sad. This kind of people they are the people that I'm telling you, one man. I'm not being against all our leaders. Those people, they are the people that Boko Haram need to visit. I'm telling you, not the poor masses. Imagine somebody who go out to feed his family, nothing, and you'll be attacked. How? And we said we have leaders in that country. Now look what happened to this brother, Sowore'S brother. I'll be expecting the vice president to come out and talk. If that man didn't come out and talk, he's another disgrace to Yoruba people. I'm telling you, he's another disgrace to Yoruba people. If he is not competent to be in that seat, he should resign too now. If he can't come out and give a speech.
But he can't talk now. You remember what Buhari said, that his wife belongs in the other room. So Oshibanjo
So that means
is
that
in the
means
other room.
Osinbajo belongs to Buhari other room.
He belongs in the other room, doesn't he?
Oh. Now, wow.
When we are seeing them giving marriage proposal to Ajanle Koko. But engineer, speaking to that space of presidency, let me take you to the next talking point. So he's a slur in speech, unsteady on his feet, but insists that he's still going to be the next president of Nigeria. Another sick note in the making, permanently in hospital, Tinubu for president. What are you making of these health reports that we're getting regarding this?
I saw earlier, I saw the video you played. Honestly, I respect elderly people, but I must be honest to you, I pray for his quick recovery. But also, if I were him, honestly, I'm 100% sure he will have advisors. He will have people that like his PA and other people that will speak to him. I'll be disappointed at them if they don't advise this man to just step down and go home and have some good rest.
Should he quickly step down now so that we can then look to the space to see who we're going to rally behind? Because for as long as he doesn't come out categorically to say that he's not running, then his space is still there that looms large over that place. So with all of these health reports and all of should he just step back now and say, no, I am not going to run, so that we can then look at who else is available that we will discuss as a possibility? Is it time for him to come out in public and just step down?
You see, I don't know why. The problem with the black people, we are the pride. Is pride. Pride will kill us. That's what is happening to us.
It's very difficult. He's been chasing this thing since 1999, so very difficult for him to.
If a white man is in that position, he will just resign. He will come out publicly and say it. But you see, something that I find it a little bit funny with our color people. We find it hard. Pride will kill us. If this
black mind, according to
this man, what does he want? He has everything, apart from the health issue he's having. He has everything. I don't see reason why he's still going to say, oh, he wants to contest for election. Come on, at this age. You understand? The age he gave, which we know, we don't even really know his actual age. We don't know if he's even a senior brother to Queen of England. So somebody like this, you are sick. Age up, I beg you, go home and rest.
This is the thing with these people. They claim all these footballer ages, but then when they get to hospital and they look at their records, when they operate on you, they look at your chances of recovery to decide on the sort of surgery that they will carry out. And when they look at your age and they see that you're still relative, they look at your age relative to that operation. So when this guy is telling them that he's 69 and he's not, and then they are giving him the surgery that a 69-year-old can recover from, and is well into his 70s, So this is the thing. This was what Buhari struggled with as well, but he came out on the other end.
There was a time FIFA said they will be checking footballers through their bone. I think they just play tricks and like cover up that aspect. So those are the things that they need to be doing to check people through their bone, and you know their age straight away. Somebody like Tinubu, please, what on earth this man want again? What? You got everything that people are dying to have. But why is it so much that you'll be dying to get that position? Now look at the stage where you are. People they are praying for you for quick recovery. If I were you, just resign. Just set a backup, and I wish Nigeria the best. Just pray for me for my recovery. Let me be okay, and to see what is going to happen before I go. Those are the kind of things that the advisors need to put him through and speak to him and talk to him. But out of his age, the man, hey, I saw the video clip you played. He's just walking, trying to collapse. Does that mean we will end up having a president that will be using wheelchair again? So it's something that, to be honest, Nigeria need to sit down and think very well. For Tinubu, I wish him
Even
all the best.
all these plans that we're saying that they are plotting to plot against him, they don't even have to plot against him anymore. I think his health has already defeated him.
Yes, his health is really damaging the man. Is weakening him. It's something that this man needs to. He just need to call off this election that is about to come up. He needs to just call it off. And what he needs now, I'm telling you, one man, Tinubu needs to come out and like said, please, Nigerians, pray for me for my quick recovery. But I wish you guys all the best. Just be the real Tinubu that people call Tinubu. You understand? But not you're still using stick. Now you're walking, you want to collapse. You're using stick. The next thing now, what will happen? Wheelchair. Huh? So it's only in Africa you see greedy leaders, honestly.
All right, engineer. Just a quick comment then on this new coinage that Lai Mohammed is introducing to the space. Deep fake news. This is what he's asking us to conjure with now. So, what are you making of that? Deep fake news. Yeah?
Oh, Lai Mohammed. Hey, I call him Sir Lai Mohammed, Professor. Lai Mohammed already, the only thing that will come out as truth in his mouth is good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Even though he said good morning, make sure you check whether it's night or day or afternoon. That's just the truth. The man is just there to do his job. He is a professional liar. We all know. And you see, the way he speaks, one man, I respect him a lot. He said something without his voice never shiver. His voice never shiver. He just keep
he says it with so much confidence that you
oh my
think,
goodness.
if you don't know better, you will believe him. Eh?
The way he will keep his mouth and start throwing the speech one after the other, you'll be like, wow, this guy
He's
is
a
well
lawyer,
talented.
and a sharp brain. People should not be quick to dismiss him. He's a very sharp man.
He is well talented, honestly. That job suit him. But the thing is, how long? Well, he too, I believe, after 2 years, 2 years is just around the corner, innit? So let's just hope that
But just finally, do you think he's going to go for that Kwara State seat in 2023, Lai Mohammed, because he has tried before in the past? Do you think he's going to go for the governorship in Kwara State?
Well, you see, you said something. Buhari has been trying for how many years before he succeeded? So people like this, they will keep pushing. They will keep pushing. As long as the money is there, they will keep pushing. And the funny thing is, if Nigeria like they should wake up or not, in Kwara State, if they like they should wake up or not. If this man come and deceive you and be giving you money to say, oh, this, if you sell your bride price, well, it's up to you. But it's a wake-up call to every Nigerian. Honestly, it's a really wake-up call. And the way the country is, one man, please, let's just be praying every single day by day. The Nigerian people, they need help. They need help. And it's unfortunate that the World Health Organization, I don't know what they're doing. Things like this that is happening in Nigeria, they shouldn't be saying, look, I know most of these countries will be looking, oh, Nigeria as a big country, they have oil, blah, 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 blah. They have every resources. They can manage it. No, they need to come in. They need to know. That's why your platform is helping a lot. I'm telling you, your platform is helping a lot. It's giving signal to every world, every corner of the world. People are watching. Nigeria need to be exposed. The leaders, they need to expose them. If they don't expose them, it's too much. The amount of killing, I'm telling you, one man, from 2015, if they should do the survey and check how many people died, it's going to take another country citizenship. So
Yes.
it's time, honestly.
Because a lot of these things, they are grossly underreported. A lot of it is grossly underreported. So you can almost multiply by 10 the official reports of the casualties
Exactly.
within the Nigerian space, just grossly underreported. And then the lives that are lost slowly as well, just wasting away in IDP camps, all these young girls being just, well, you know what happens to them. So it's a real tragedy. But I thank you, engineer. For reasons of time, stay with us.
All
We're
right.
going to
Thank
Ola
you.
next, but before we go on to Ola, let me just acknowledge that we have a record number of people joining us today, and we seem to be breaking records even virtually every session. So thank you if you are new to the space. This is something that happens daily, an evening session as well. If you are not following already, then please do that immediately and right now. Important matters Nigeria related always are discussed rather unfiltered within this space. Your man, your host, one man went to mow this bald-headed man talking to you on the screen. So this is how the session goes. It's an open microphone session, and any and everybody is invited to come and give their opinions on the talking point. So welcome to the platform. If you are new, click on that red subscribe button so you are then a member of the team, and let your views be known in the comment section, or click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard in the comment section if you want to come on screen to engage with the session. So that is how it goes. Subscribe and welcome. So we welcome next Ola, and Ola, good to see you. The talking points. Sad news in the Sowore family. His immediate younger brother, again a recurring decimal. He comes across a Fulani herdsman and is no more. R.I.P. Jide Sowore. Ola, what says you?
Yeah, it is so unfortunate that they have to cut the life of a very radiant Nigerian. You know, someone with a lot of promises and a lot of potential. You know, they just cut the life short. You know, you cut they cut the life of someone that have, consumed so many investment that could have be beneficial to mankind. You know, they just cut the life short. I just pray that may the family just have enough strength and fortitude to bear the loss, and the soul of the departed rest in perfect peace. That being said, you know, like someone was raising in the forum, which I have bias to support that type of notion. You know, this kind of death could have even resulted from pre-planned assassination, maybe just to further intimidate Shogure and whosoever that we want to
Are
raise
we going?
voice.
Are we going to conspiracy theory now? This is what you guys were doing. Come on, man! Come on, man! Come on.
We are in a country where some kind of bandit, they were so bold enough to write the governor to threaten the life of a sitting governor.
No, no,
So
bandits right all the time. There's a bunch of criminals in Lagos called the 1 million boys or something like that. Before they come and rob your house, they will write you a letter a week in advance. But we see these things happen all the time. We might not necessarily want to call them assassination, because Sowore's brother is not the first, and hopefully he will be the last high profile or anyone that has been cut down by these people. Fashion daughter we've referenced already. Alex Bade, the former chief of army staff, cut down as well. So it's a bit reaching, almost far fetched to start putting it in the realms of assassination. I'm not discounting it, but it's somewhat far-fetched.
Yeah, it's just a probability. I'm not saying in absolute term. I'm just it's a probability, you know. So now, and the reason for my probability is this: look at during the NSAS program, for example, where one person just all of a sudden just conjure something that it was even saying that in an Hausa language. It was another Hausa lady that was now trying to interpret that NSAS was actually against Buhari, that the Southerners actually wanted to take Buhari away. Now, whatever Sowore is doing, for example, now, some people that are benefiting from that, they are seeing this thing as just fight to remove Buhari and to take their food away. So that's just the way I see it. But the most important message in this particular incident is this. You know, like I keep telling some of our compatriots in the diaspora, for example, you know, you find them in the diaspora and they are so patriotic and they will be supporting whatever, you know, patriotic Nigeria, supporting whatever Buhari is doing in Nigeria, everything that is going against him. Even when you mention Herdsmen, they will even be telling you that, oh, it's an attempt to discredit Buhari and to bring their corruption back. You see, those are the problems. Now, what happened to Sowore brother could have been anybody. And this is where we need to learn and we need to take our bias away and be focused on how to deal with our common enemies. Now, even when you see the leaders that are even supposed, you know, to even stand for the people, you know, when you elect the members of your National Assembly, what are they do for you? Are they supposed to do for you? They are supposed to represent you, to promote the right policy. And when the person that is supposed to implement the policy is not doing the right thing, you just initiate impeachment move and do that. But unfortunately for us, we so much dwell in vanity that everything we see is money. Everything we see is what we can loot today. Everything we see is what we can, whatever we can sell and keep for the future that we don't even know whether we will live up to that future. So that's the problem I see. You know, when we were talking about this leader the other time, that people are saying they are already tired. I never believe for once that they are tired, because the problem we are right from time is this. Yoruba will say, "Ẹni tó bá mọ ìwúrà la máa fi fún." You see, when you give something to people that do not really understand the purpose, look at some of these our leaders today now. Ask for the purpose of being in the National Assembly. Ask even for some people the manifesto, what they actually, why they even went there, why they are there. Some of them cannot even explain why they are in the National Assembly. So that's the problem. We keep talking about this Buhari, and we have our rep in the House of Rep. We have them in the Senate, and this Buhari keeps getting away with everything without anybody even trying to make that impeachment attempt. I was alive.
They did make the impeachment attempt, Ola, as I was saying earlier. They did that under Saraki. You remember when Maman Daura then deployed DSS agents to go and shut down the Senate, which then led to Oshibanjo sacking him. So that was the attempt to impeach him then.
That should be that should be 2018, right? 2018 or towards
I can't recall when,
something.
but,
Now the question is this: we've been there now since 2019, and things has escalated. Let's assume that we Nigerians who were so ignorant and we reinforce failure. We reinforce failure by bringing in Buhari into that place, you know, because it's all about the next level. And don't be surprised today that if Buhari want to go for the third time, you will even see Nigeria that will come that we say, okay, it needs more time for him to make Nigeria move forward. Now, since this second national, this second term, things are moved from even getting worse by the day. Things are getting worse by the day, and yet this guy, they are sitting comfortably and nothing is being done. And so this is where we cannot exonerate them. You made the attempt good in the first time, during the first time. The second time, you keep making that attempt. How many attempts did they make on Obasanjo? How many attempts did they make to even dishonor this guy, Goodluck Jonathan? You can't just make that. It has to be continuous. It has to be continuous exercise that they should be doing this thing constantly. Because when you have leaders that the sole purpose of occupying political office is just to accumulate millions and millions to earn even more than the average income of Nigeria, the Nigerians that are hardworking. So that is what we say. Because when you have people that are not creative, because whatever you are doing, you have to be creative within your profession. Now, ikú tó ń pa ojúgbà ẹni òwe ló ń pa fún ni. The question whether we like it or not, even those people at the National Assembly, you have, if you like, have 10 Mopo today, tomorrow. This guy, they never reason beyond their current, that even by the time they are leaving this place, they can even be marked for the same fate that just befell Showore brother.
Ola, sorry to cut you, my brother. Last night, I met someone from Niger Delta. I think he's one of the Senate son. You know what he said to me? I asked him a simple question. I said, how do you see the killing of that country? He said to me clearly, Buhari pay House of Rep, the Senate. He gave them money to keep quiet. And that's why they can't come out and talk today. That he buys them with money. Imagine a son of somebody that is in position in that country is opening his mouth to say that kind of thing. You will feel sad now. You will feel sad. All of them, they flee their family members abroad. Because of what? It's sad.
Because our people.
Oh my goodness me.
Ask our rep, like I was saying the other time, ask for their ideology. You know, we run political processes that is not backed up with ideology. And why it seems that all these criminal herdsmen and terrorists, why is it that they are having upper hand against our political class or our political processes in Nigeria? Is because they have their own ideology. That's why they are moving forward. But us, we like our political processes. We like ideology. That's why you pull up. Okay, I listened to one very ridiculous this thing. I can even make like 2 or 3 examples, but let me make one. When you see Yahoo boys and fraudsters that start planning to go to the National Assembly or the State Assembly, what do you think we are going to achieve? For example, those are the kind of things that because we're Yahoo.
You know that Gbajabi Amila is a Yahoo boy.
That's why I say I can make so many examples.
Because he's wanted in America for Yahoo.
Even Kashamu, Burju Kashamu, before he died, you know, he was a drug peddler, wanted for drug cases. So we have so many of these criminals in this thing. So in a situation where you have criminals making law for you, what do you think they are going to give? You understand? So that is why they will stay there as much as possible. They will protect their interest for money, and they will protect their interest for being to avoid prosecution. That is exactly what we are having today. And the only way we can force these people to act, which is where I say towards Ovie this time around, is that we should ask more questions. But unfortunately, those people that have voices to speak, they are, you know, if for someone to say the truth, and you now dance around the truth, and you are just looking to be diplomatic so that people will like you. Those are the people we have today. The people that have the loud voices,
all right,
that they want not misleading us.
All right, thank you, Ola. Let me take you then to the worsening health of Tinubu. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, if we like, no, not if you like, we should fall for Tinubu again. But I won't take that one beyond us. For example, when I say we have political processes without ideology, for example, a person like Tinubu, for a good leader should be the one that it is not a must that should be the one to lead. A good leader should be able to build others, that should even be able to replicate whatever you want to do in your absence. That's what a good leader is. Because when you have a leader that is always say that except me, nothing can be done, then that person is not a good leader. That's the problem with Tinubu, and that's what got the reason that led us to this position now.
All
Tinubu
right.
wasn't it. Tinubu wasn't it, for example. It's not something that just occurred all of a sudden. Like when you commit something wrong today, it will become difficult for you to have rest of mind. And the more you keep having a lack of rest of mind, the more you keep thinking, you keep doing something wrong to make sure you sustain yourself. The more you keep engaging your thought, you are preoccupied with the action to protect the evils you are doing, then it's going to have a resultant effect on your health. That is exactly what is happening to Tinubu.
All right.
Tinubu as it is now, he might have been preoccupied by whatever that is happening in Nigeria, for example, because of his ambition for 2013, that he will be so preoccupied that he thinks of everything to the essence that he's taking a lot of portion of his a thought process and is now getting back to his head. So this guy is falling down, and he's still telling you that he wants to run in 2023. Everything that is happening in the country, he may be thinking, he may be depressed that, oh, will Buhari hand over for me in total? Just like wọ́n ní ìrònú ó mú kéèyàn rú kò mú kéèyàn move forward. Look, when you think too much, instead of you to progress, your head start degenerating because you are already over ambitious, and this is what you think. You can't even think straight. You put more pressure on your brain, and this is exactly what I think is happening to Tinubu really.
All right, thank you, Ola. Ola, just for reasons of time, let me go on to Professor Detao. I'll just take a sampling just on one talking point from Professor Detao, and then I'll round off. Prof, thank you for being with us. We're seeing more of you these days, Prof, and we're all the better for it. We're not hearing from your daughter, though. Have you been pinching her in the background to keep her quiet, Prof? What have you done to that girl?
I think you're hearing me.
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
Yeah, nothing wrong. Like now, I'm at work. I'm at work. Yeah,
Oh,
the
all
last
right.
time I spoke, I think either she slept off or so she didn't.
All right,
disturb
good.
me.
Regards
And
to
they're back to school. They're back to school. So prof is free.
no, I don't think his daughter is of school age yet. Your daughter is not of
No,
school age yet,
no,
is
no,
she?
no,
No, she's not of
no,
school age yet. Oh,
Okay.
no. She's not.
all right. To the talking point, Prof. Sorry, I'm only able to take
There's
opinion
background
on one
noise.
topic. Yes, just
Okay.
because I am pushed for time. So I'll take you immediately to the Sowore'S space, which is the number one topic, really, the hot button topic. Sowore'S brother hot down by the herdsmen. So this herdsmen thing again, almost something we just tackle every day, and something that the Nigerian system tells us that they are tackling. But rather than it to peter back, it continues to escalate. Sowore'S brother being the latest victim. Professor, your thoughts?
I'm very sad hearing that too. That is very, very sad news. And you see, now if he uses this thing as evidence against the so-called bandits or Boko Haram, they will say it's a lie. But this thing actually happened. And to me, I support what Ola said. I believe that thing was, there is a high tendency that thing was,
Come on, man. Don't go there.
no, I have to say it too. I may not
Conspiracy
have the
theory.
truth. You can call it conspiracy theory, but some conspiracy theories have their truth. They have their level of truth. So, it's a very, very sad thing. Yeah. The truth of the matter is that this government, they don't want to tackle that matter. They just don't want to tackle it. In short, it's the Boko Haram that's tackling human beings now and causing havoc. So we have people that are meant to tackle these things, and they're not doing anything. It's just very, very, very sad. We have the Senate, we have the House of Rep, we have lawmakers. They're doing little or nothing. Even those that tend to be doing something, their voices are not being heard. And the truth of the matter is that there's an agenda. These people are rolling out. The person in Asurok and his cohort. That is the truth of the matter. That's why this matter it keeps on going on and on. And sometimes these people think this life is easy. See, this man killed now. Maybe he's married. Now, yeah, let's assume he's married. I don't know, but let's
No,
assume he's
you
married.
almost certainly will be at
Yeah.
50. You're expecting to have a wife and children. Not is of course is not compelled to, but that's the general. Yeah.
a life cut short. Someone has lost husband, someone has lost brother, someone has
Family.
lost, the damage is felt there, and the people doing these things don't even care. They don't see it as anything. All the government knows is Boko Haram repented, they integrate him into the army, saying all this kind of nonsense. But I'm just feeling too sad why this thing goes on. And
It's just depressing,
I
isn't
don't
it?
know what's going to go on, but the truth of the matter is, I keep saying it. We can't, this nation can't stand together.
All right.
No.
Oh, all right, thank you, Prof. It's just really the pressure of time. You know, I always delight in your company, but I will seek to round off here. And just our closing remarks now, a literal 1 minute from everyone. We'll start with the engineer, we'll go to Ola, and then Prof, you can have a final word. So just literal 1 minute, engineer, your closing thoughts.
Yeah, thank you, Waman, and thank you, my colleagues on the platform. And it's something that when it comes to Shawore family, my prayer and is for God to console his family, most especially his mother, and hopefully things will be they'll be okay. But my next message is for Nigerian House of Rep and Senate and the lawmakers. God will judge you guys one after the other in Jesus' name. Amen.
Is this, are we in the realms of Ekwe? Are you sending Ekwe now?
One man, come on. People are dying.
I
People
know
are dying.
it's a real phenomenon. This is new territory for us. We've never experienced anything like this ever, and we never imagined that we would.
Nigeria has turned to a laughing stock to the world, and yet we have leaders that they are being paid, and they are doing nothing. May God arrest them in Jesus' name.
All right, thank you, engineer.
Thank you, one man. I'll see you Sunday or Monday because I have to go and work and help people out there in Nigeria.
Yes, and anyway, I'll discuss that with you later because I am interested in what you said there, just as a talking point, just what people have to carry in order to carry people in Nigeria. But I will discuss that when we have more time. Engineer, always a delight to have your
No
company.
problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Ola, so that literal 1 minute as well, your thoughts.
Yeah, it has been a fruitful morning so far here, and I will quickly suggest what I think we can do. But I know that it may be difficult. One of those things is that there's no other time that to support those people that are the forefront of this agitation for self-determination. Now, if I were you, if I find myself in New York, for example, I will do everything to make sure that I go there to support that 1 million march. At least this is one of the best time to cry out. And secondly, I know this one is just tough one, but why I keep saying this is that who knows, we may have some strategists and some people that are very tactically sound that can even find a way to deploy this means. I keep saying this thing. If Nigerians can stop remittance to if Nigerians can.
Oh, I think we've lost Ola. I think in my 12 have a phone call. Do we have you, Ola?
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, like I keep saying now, for example, if Nigerians can find a way to can find their way of reducing remittances back to Nigeria, because like I said, one of those things that is still sustaining that economy today is because of the free money that people are sending back from overseas back to Nigeria. So they have something to run the economy. As long as they have something to run the economy,
so if they don't, the Nigerians don't send remittances to support the government, they send it to support their family. So what
I
fate?
said the economy. Yeah, that's why I said the economy.
Yeah, but what fate should befall the people they are sending money to if they stop sending it? What should happen to them?
the fate that will befall people is in the short time. In the short time, the
They
solution
should
to the
starve,
problem
Abby.
of Nigeria might just accelerate.
They should
It's
starve. They should
like,
starve.
yeah,
What are you saying, man?
because in the past, most
People should stop
revolution.
remitting money to Nigeria. Do you know why people remit money to Nigeria? To pay school fees, to literally pay rent and food. This is why
I,
people send money.
I know because I remit. Because as I speak to
Yes.
you
So
now,
so what are you then? What then should happen to those people that they are sending money to support if they stop the remittances?
now it's not about. That's what I'm saying. That this is a short term. This is a short term measure to
Yeah,
trigger
even in that short
revolution.
term, what fate should befall the people, the beneficiaries of those remittances?
The question now is this: what fate before people now if Fulani Herdsmen ran their city down? That's the problem
No, no,
now.
no.
Because
Answer that question. What fate should befall the people that people send money to if people stop sending money?
of course, hunger and inability to meet some
They
basic
will
needs.
starve to death.
They won't starve to death.
They will
That's the
not.
problem.
They will
Because
not. Do you know that a lot of people feed just this is what engineer was just saying now. He's working extra shifts to support people. Not because he doesn't want to cozy up with his wife in bed, but because of the weight of the oh come on man.
one man, I send money home to Nigeria too.
Right.
Now, look at this. When a family man is depending on someone overseas to help me support the rent in Nigeria,
Do you think
how
it's of
bad?
free will? Do you think he has no pride in himself when he
That's not even the problem. The question is this: you understand? We send home money because we are able. The question, I was saying something here the other time that most revolution that were triggered to demand for change of government started from hunger. Hunger aggravated that thing. I
okay.
made an example between Sudan
So
and
the
Nigeria.
hungry people will then be able to have the strength to revolt.
Of course, yes,
They
because
will have the
because
strength to
they,
revolt.
because there
The
are
hungry man has
quantitative
the strength to
because there
revolt.
are quantitative facts to support this thing. I'm not just making it up.
No, no, no,
I can
no, no.
I can prove it to you.
Well, that's your opinion, which is the beauty
Exactly,
of it because of
it's my
yours.
opinion. That's why I say it may be difficult. I don't know how. That's why I say
I'm not
some
quite sure
people
how
may be.
feasible that is to say. Do you know? Anyway, you do. Anyway, let me. Well, like you said, that is your opinion. Oh,
Exactly. So let's
yeah.
keep our opinion. If you want to escalate expansion data, we can do that. Then the third one is this: you mount pressure. People should start getting more actively involved. You mount pressure on your rep because this guy, all they seem to concern is the only reason they go to National Assembly that they see that thing as the quickest way of making money. So mount pressure on them. So that's just my suggestion.
All right. Thank you, Ola. Always a delight. I'll take you up on that suggestion maybe later because I'm not quite sure where you're coming from with saying people should not remit money, but we'll hold that till the next conversation.
Okay.
Always a delight, Ola, one of the marquee voices on the platform. So, Professor, take it home for us. Your final words. Prof, you are not new to the system now. Unmute yourself. So sorry, I muted you because we were hearing static. But yeah, so the final so
Hello.
round it off for
Hello. Are you still there?
yeah, carry on. I can hear you now. So yeah, round it off.
Okay, I'm trying to get my phone speak. I don't know, it's messing up.
Prof, we cannot hear you. So if you just give us the closing
Okay.
yeah.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we
Are you
are.
hearing
Prof.
me?
Yes, Prof.
Okay.
Look at my thumbs up. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. So what I'm going to simply say is this: what happened to Shure, he should take that, handle it cautiously. Because there'll be somebody with what happened, you get very annoyed and maybe act in a manner that will not favor him or speak well for him. So to me, I know what happened is very bad and sad, but he should take it, one step at a time. He shouldn't overreact. Then also people in the nation Nigeria should realize that this nation doesn't wish good for us. So everybody should prepare to see this election. I hope, my prayers that something positive will come out of this election. But it's just a pity we have some cabals in the nation that even they don't want anything prompt and positive. So, my prayers that people should think and expect one day to get out of this nation, either by revolution or by secession. That's my final words.
All right. Thank you, Prof. A real delight. Always good to hear from you, Prof. But now you are coming without your daughter, and people are asking questions. So we like to hear her crying in the background. Oh no, we're not crying. We don't want to hear her cry, but we want to
Yeah.
hear her voice in the background. So regards to your daughter, Prof, and a delight to see you. So that was Professor Data O having the final word on the session. RIP to Sowore'S family, but then of course a recording decimal. Alarmed but not surprised is the response, because of course this is something that happens daily and copiously within the Nigerian space. Which way out? I have no idea. Do you? Come share thoughts about all this with me in the comment section. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on within the comment section, but here I say peace.